right, chat, we're tweaking. We're out here in the sequoias. We're about to do this cave trail. I'm not gonna lie, man. Having your girlfriend drive the car up here in these mountains, these curvy roads, had me seasick.
As you guys may have seen, this beautiful sign over here, it says warning, rockfall zone ahead. So the entire trail from start to finish is in an active rockfall zone. You guys hear any rumbling or crumbling above you, just keep on walking, all right? Mainly, we just want to bring it to your guys' attention. That being said, you guys are on a scheduled tour. More
All right, chat, we're cooked. I don't know who keeps signing us up for these activities.
You go ahead of us.
Well, we got stairs.
Guys, I'm tired of doing this.
It's another leg day.
You got this. You should actually, oh my god, it's touching me. We're all scared. You can actually inspire people, you know? Yeah, you can inspire people. Coming to this hike, hungover. Each hike, too. Every hike I've gone out the night before. This time I'm not really hungover. Just extra tired. I gotta start running.
Well, don't fall over.
You just see me tumbling.
Yeah, coming back up's gonna be so much fun.
What was gonna be worse, this or Miss Track?
Yeah, we'll find out. This is cool.
Honestly, I feel like this might be worse because doing incline afterwards is probably different. Yeah. Going downhill wasn't too bad. Hey, at least like,
We ran that.
I know. Hey, running it was so much easier though. How was it, team?
It was good.
Pretty good.
Nice. Water!
Can we act like we're lost? Like we're in the forest, like looking for help, and we're like trying to find any. What are the sources of like food and like water and life? Day two. Still haven't found any water. I keep on shoving the camera in my face.
I'm surprised it hasn't died yet.
What's that one movie where he gets stuck like doing cave stuff and he's like, it's like 365 days or something like that. No, that's not it. That's not it at all. That's a different movie. It's like something hours. Maybe it was like 400 something hours.
Are you talking about a reality show? Like when
No,
No, it was a movie.
it's a movie based off of a true story where this guy he goes into like
Oh,
the
I know.
middle of nowhere and he has a camera and like he has to cut off his own arm.
Cut off his own arm.
Don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, because his arm's stuck and that's the reason why he like.
I was thinking about the one that lived in the bus for like a while.
Chris McAllister.
Before he passed.
I bet you could hide that. Rough.
Yeah, my
Oh,
bladder.
there's 360.
I'm not even bringing mine out.
Put it on your back.
put him on my back, yeah.
This is our AI. An AI friend. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, you want to take this one?
Yeah.
Is that a ladder or a pallet?
Guys, I hear water.
I see something.
Fresh water. We're okay. We're gonna survive.
Oh, I lost where it was.
Oh, you think like the Native Americans knew about the cave place before.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
is
know
our
how
tour
people could
guide?
do.
We don't got a tour guide. I'm your tour guide. All right, guys. This is about my 12th time doing this today. So remember, stay tight.
That's cute.
Short steps.
We actually said that in the car. We're like, if we get there late, we'll just do our own tour and you could be the guide.
Yeah, you know, we need to buy.
It literally took us off to
Well, you can. I think it's just mostly to just catch up with everything.
Like 30 years ago, I said, well, you know what you do need to buy, that you already have.
What?
I love nature.
Wow, I thought you said you loved me.
Oh, I love you too.
I love you too.
Well, you can revive me about one top like I before. You know where Al Gore goes searching for random things? And partly all the treasure.
Dang, who fell right here?
Damn, that would be a pretty gnarly fall.
How fast we're going?
I'm trying so hard to remember to get this up. You got my phone that really well. Like, the things I was like going and like, that feels weird about hiking to me.
What?
So is your page all about gaming and motorcycles, or is it about hiking too?
It's about a little bit of everything. I've been posting my motorcycle videos, my gaming videos. So I was gonna post this up on there too. It's gonna be like a everyday kind of vlog.
I think there's one at the cave too, though.
This is one at the cave too, no? Oh, it is? Oh.
Guys, I need to go pee again.
You want a whole backpack?
Again?
I think it's this, no?
Can we take our water or no?
Okay. What? Is it one?
What's that, sir?
Okay, two. There we go. Oh, look at that fucking spider.
Where? Oh, fuck!
That shit's fucking huge.
I want to put my bag in there.
I don't think you put your bag. I think you could put it.
I don't want that spider.
That's just fucking huge. I want a picture of it. I don't think we have to put our bag. I think we could just put it outside.
Is there something in there?
I think it's just food.
Oh, just the food?
I think it's just the food. The backpacks we can leave just outside the cave. Put it outside.
Oh no, it literally ran that way.
Fuck.
Okay, it's your food.
Yep. Probably won't come back.
You guys wanna see a big old spider?
Yeah.
Look at this.
Cool. It's in our size.
Aw. Wait for me!
Please don't when you're outside the cave, it is still an active rock fall zone out there.
Yeah, it means you, girlfriend.
I'm not joking. I think it was a month ago today that I nearly got hit.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was this rock about this size.
Just
Yeah, I was sitting on the ledge right there, fell where our sign is now. Nearly hit my boss and the news lady he was talking to.
no way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why we're so adamant about our rock wall buildings. These people know that.
Always touching stuff.
If y'all want any photos of the spider web gate, now's your time. We have another group coming out, and then we'll get started pretty quickly after that. So if you want any photos, perfect opportunity right there.
Alright, girls, y'all go up there and turn around. Hang on. Emily, go up there and turn around. You're holding it for life.
Oh, you next.
Can you take a picture of us?
One, two.
How many are you taking?
A couple.
That's
maybe 2, 3.
Oh, I forgot I had
It's
the
because
two.
that still thing is on. So it's like,
Yeah, just take the photos.
you know, take pictures. Am I supposed to use no flash? This camera. One, two. Do you want the flash or no?
Oh, look at that. Hey, no selfie sticks.
Put mine in my pocket.
Did you?
So the cave will go for about 50 minutes. We'll be traveling through the past event here. It goes for about half a mile. So you get to the rest of the cave is a very special place, and I'm excited to get to share this cave with you. Before we get started though, a couple of rules for the cave selection. First and foremost, and the most important of all, please do not touch the walls, the formations, or any part of the cave, aside from the ground with your feet. This cave has been formed for hundreds of thousands of years, and still actively formed to this day. And if you touch it, that might break what we already have, or prevent future things from growing. In addition to that, please don't bring in any backpacks or selfie sticks, or anything long and protruding like that. You're welcome to leave them here inside the cave entrance or have napkins on set in spare time. That's just because it's easy to lose track of those and accidentally mark the cave. In addition to that, if you have any food aside, any food or drink aside from just bottled water, please leave that after your soup. We have a spare can over by the picnic table to store that in. And last but not least, I'll be sure that as a group we all stick together. This cave, we only have about an hour to explore this wonderful cave. I'm going to take you through all the best rooms, so I'll be sure we stick together so everyone has the best chance to get the most out of this. I do believe that's everything. With that, we can get started. Actually, sir, right there, what do you do? With the really nice hat? No, the hat's fine. I'm going up to have a hat. I'm going to ask you to be what's called a tail light. Basically, take up the back when I see you, and it's time to start talking. Oh, sure. I can't see you because you have a very see. No problem. Sounds good. I have trouble seeing in the dark sometimes. Right. Now, immediately, we can get started on our tour. This right here is our historic spider right gate. We started in the 1930s when they were first getting this cave ready for tourists. You might be known as 100 years old, it works like a charm. Just and open, right like that. Let's get this cave tour started.
All right, chat, we're really cooked. Now it begins. Hey, does he want us to close this? Are we gonna let the bears out?
That's a good question.
I don't know. He didn't say?
You're the tail light.
I'm the tail light.
You're responsible.
Wait.
Yeah. Whoa. No.
Real life cave experience. See, if you guys take a look to your left, this formation has been here since before 1905. Was it 1904?
Usually I didn't pay attention.
I'm not gonna lie, it's really hard for me to not touch these walls. I wonder how cold it is.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I feel like I'm on a real Goonie adventure.
There's like a cave at Superman.
The silence.
At Six Flags in here. Whoa.
It's our time. It's our time down here.
Welcome to the junction room. Sir, we put that selfie stick away. The junction room is our first stop on this tour of Crystal Cave. And it's a very special room in many ways because it illustrates what's so special about this cave. Crystal Cave is very unique, both in the Sierra Nevada and in the world as a whole. And the reason it's so unique here in the Sierra Nevada is because that nice big entrance tunnel we came in through. To get into most caves here in the Sierra, you have to jump into a sinkhole and crawl through a narrow cave. It doesn't make for good tours, which is why Crystal Cave is one that's open to the public. That's for what makes Crystal Cave so special in the world as a whole. It's because Crystal Cave is made out of a very unique type of stone. Most caves in the world are made out of limestone. Water erodes away, creating these many different cave formations. Crystal Cave is made out of marble and evolved for limestone. It's been pressed and cooked like cake batter turning into cake, eventually becoming something new. And you can see here in the stream some of that marble that's been exposed and polished by our stream here. You see the dark and white bands of the minerals? Nothing, come over and take a look if you want. The entire cave is made out of stone like this. That's just the bit that's happened to be polished and smooth, so you can see the different mineral structures. Another thing that's so special about this cave is that this block of stone that we're standing in, the marble that Crystal Cave is carved into, is only about 120 feet wide. It's pretty thin. And in some areas of the cave, you can see all the way out to the edge to other layers of stone where the cave can expand further. Such as right here. That is a giant wall of schist. Schist isn't as readily worn away by the water, so caves can't form it. There's no real estate there for the cave to expand. That is the ultimate boundary of Crystal Cave. The other one, 120 feet that way, to the snow. The junction room is so named because it's where multiple cave passageways meet. We'll be heading up that one as we go through our tour, and eventually we'll come back around that one. All of this cave was carved out by these waters right next to us, and those come from Yucca Creek. Yucca Creek is one of the many streams here in the Sierra. Half of it sings down the foothills and merges with the Cahuilla to go on towards the ocean. The other half sinks into the stone, which absorbs it like a sponge, eventually re-emitting it as a spring that flows through this cave. Eventually that meets up with Cascade Creek, where he walks down. But it's what's cut out this entire cave. As we go back through the cave and ascend higher and higher, we'll be going backwards in time. This junction room is the youngest of them all. We'll see some truly ancient rooms as we go on. But despite its young age, this is one of the rooms we've known about for the longest time. Now, Crystal Cave has been known since time immemorial by the Yokic people native to this region of the Sierra. They use it for naming ceremonies and other important rituals. After European settlement, it was rediscovered in 1918 by two young men named Medley and Webster. Medley and Webster were trail crew for the National Park Service, and on one of their off days, they came down to Cascade Creek. While they didn't find the trout they were looking for, they came back with one heck of a of the fish story. Recommending your buddies to believe this one. They felt a cool breeze seeping out of the mountains. Pretty weird given it was a 90-degree day in April. They went exploring, and behind a grove of trees, they found that massive entrance. Further development continued as passageway was added in by the Civilian Conservation Corps, and Crystal Cave became what we know it as today. We'll explore more of that human history in our next room. But before we move on, does anyone have any questions? And just shout them out. I can't see hands. Any questions at all?
What's your sign?
I don't know for sure what formed this right here, but I've got some buddies who call it the cave couch. A question we commonly get is about the little flecks in the stream right there. They look like flakes of gold. Now, that's not actual gold, or else I wouldn't be working here. Kidding, I'm so sorry. Kidding, I would be working here. I just maybe double my salary. Now, it's good for the preservation of the cave, but not for my budget, but that's not actual gold. The schist over there contains a mineral called mica. And mica is sort of a flat, mirror-like mineral. As it flows down into the cave, it gets lodged in the sand, where it reflects the yellow lights of our lanterns. It appears to have a golden color to it. Another question we commonly get is about this cave canyon right above us. Like I said, this entire cave was carved out by the waters of Yucca Creek. It started in our oldest rooms and cut downwards. Once upon a time, the creek flowed through that canyon before it increased in strength and carved out the junction where we now stand. It's now flowing through this channel right here, but it still cuts downwards. The cave continues to expand. And unless anyone has any final questions, we'll explore more of the cave's history as we continue our journey right up here.
All right, chat, we're cooked. Selfie stick got caught, so we're still recording on the camera, but we're handheld.
Anyone else?
Oh! The fuck? Water dropped in my eye.
Welcome to Crystal Cave. I know, let's make our own path. They won't allow selfie sticks, so we're gonna do what we want.
My group, we allow selfie sticks, so if you guys want to follow me, we're going to start the second half of the tour.
so too. Are we lost?
Right, I believe that's everyone. Welcome to the Organ Room. So named because when they were exploring this place back in the 20s and 30s, they saw this formation here and thought it looked like a big old pipe organ. So I've been reading the reviews of Crystal Cave, and it turns out that the number one complaint that we get in those online reviews is that there aren't any crystals here. Well, let me explain this. You can see glimmering like fresh snowfall, all those calcite crystals right down there. Now, I'd like to talk a bit about the human history of the cave after this next fact. So we see that gleaming light right there. All around us, the entire cave used to look like that. But as to why it doesn't anymore, that gets into how humans have affected this place. You see, right next to that snowfall right there, there's this dark rock. This walkway that we stand on was added in 1940, but it wasn't paved until 1985. So for 45 years, people took tours and they were walking just on these dirt pathways. You can imagine 45 years of people on tours kicking up dust caused a lot of it to rise up into the air, where it mingled with the dust from when the Civilian Conservation Corps was dynamiting those passageways open. That dust and dirt settled on the stone and eventually got kind of cooked into it, creating that darker rock we see right there. We'll get into why this still looks white in a moment, but I want to talk about some of the more obvious ways that humans have affected this cave. You may notice it kind of looks like there's a tooth missing from the organ there. So back in 1957 and 1958, the superintendent of the park had a genius idea. Instead of having tours like this, where you have a guide like me take you through the cave and show you its many wonders, he let people come in here and explore at their own whim. I'm going to be honest, that does sound pretty cool. It's really rewarding to explore for yourself and see what you find. Unfortunately, not everyone who came in here was respectful of the cave, and to this day you can see broken off stalactites everywhere throughout the cave, where people decided to snap off a souvenir without considering how it might affect the cave and the people who came after them. Tragically, this did happen to our organ. This bottom bit right here was broken off by someone in 1958. We never figured out who or learned where that piece of stone ended up.
They're still living.
As best I can figure, it ended up as some sort of family heirloom. This was not the end of trouble for our organ, though. In 1991, we had restored our guided tours, but instead of being a nice small group like this of 20 to 30 people, those tours could run upwards of 200 people. Yeah. If we had that many people, they'd be stretching all the way back to the junction room by now. In 1991, 2 people stuck back at the end of one of those tours and decided to climb up on the rock right there to try to get a selfie. They slipped, and they fell, and they broke off another big chunk of our organ. We never did find out who's behind this, but my guess, teenage boys. I don't want to leave you all with a negative impression of what's happened to our cave and its future, though, because something amazing is happening. You may notice right around there, see what kind of looks like a scar in our stone? That's from when a piece of the organ broke. It was because of earthquakes or rockfall that shattered that stone there. But it was still attached at the bottom, so it didn't completely fall. It just remained there with a crack in it. And then something incredible happened. Fresh water carrying stone seeped into the crack and sealed it, eventually healing our organ. And this continues to this day. Like everywhere in nature, the cave is slowly regenerating itself, slowly returning to its natural cycles. Just 2 months ago, where this snowfall stone is here, was completely covered with a film of oil, which deposited new crystals, restoring the natural white sheen of Crystal Cave. Our organ continues to regrow downwards, and in a couple thousand years, it may reach that base again. Even in just the 4 years that this cave was closed, when we reopened it for maintenance, we found tiny little stalagmites growing on our pavement here. This cave is still actively forming, and in the next room, we'll see some beautiful examples of those formations. Before we continue on, though, does anyone have any questions for me? Dang, I did a really good job explaining. All right. If there are no questions, follow me right this way.
I just thought of a dumb question. What's electric bill run you? Me too.
I don't know how the lights work here. What? I don't know how the lights work here.
They're all Wi-Fi.
They're Bluetooth. I see a bunch of people in the Oh, oh, I see the people here. I see the lights getting short.
Are there any booby traps?
Welcome to the dome room, our next stop in our journey to Crystal Cave. Now this room is my favorite of them all, so I'm going to stay quiet a moment, give you all a chance to look around and appreciate the information here. Also hear my thoughts rambling in the other room. Alright. What do people see through here? What sticks out to you? Just shout it out.
This lovely little formation over here.
Yeah, right there. So we'll get to that in a moment. This one right here?
Yep.
Yes. That's a beautiful example of one of the 3 types of formations that you see in these rooms. So all the water that comes to Crystal Cave has a tiny bit of stone stuck inside it. And as that water moves through the cave, it leaves that stone behind in different ways. There are 3 types of formations that come from this. We'll explore each of these in this room. Before that, though, I feel I should explain why this is called the dome room. This is this formation right here. Back when people were naming things in the park, there was kind of a streak of patriotism going on. That's why they have sequoia trees named things like the president or Washington or Lincoln or what's the other guy? McKinley. They saw a Capitol dome in this formation here, so they named it the Dome Room. Now, I don't see this personally, but every single one of my coworkers swear that they see Jabba the Hutt in this formation. Let's talk about those three different types of formations. I had that gentleman in the back point out this beautiful one here. Like the organ in our previous room, that's a formation called lodestone. So cavers tend to call things like they see them. If stone is created by water flowing, they call it flowstone. If it's created by water dripping, they call it dripstone. So we get to dripstone in a bit. But they're also pretty hungry folk, and so put those two together and you get cave bacon. That's created by water flowing down the side of this rock, leaving a streak of stone behind it. As it continues flowing down that same path, that streak gets larger and larger until you get that nice, ribbony, delicious cave bacon. Now, I'm not kidding about cavers being hungry. There's this formation called cave bacon. There's another one called cave popcorn. And another one called soda straws. Which brings me into that next type of stone formation, dripstone. Flowstone, up by water, flowing. Dripstone, up by water, dripping. As you can see right there. So those are little baby bits of dripstone called soda straws. When the water first starts dripping, it leaves the stone behind in a ring, about the size of the droplet itself. As it goes down, that ring grows downward and downward, eventually becoming a hollow soda straw-like structure, like you see over there over fairy pools. Now, these soda straws are the fastest growing thing in the entire cave. They grow at an astonishing rate of 1 inch every 100 years. Yeah, these things form very slowly. The entire cave has taken hundreds of thousands of years to reach its present state. Those soda straws eventually get plugged up, and from there they continue growing downwards and outwards, eventually growing to a full adult, you've probably heard this word, stalactite. You can see a bunch of them in a line all over there. That line is a crack in the stone. Water flows more readily through the stone, and since water forms the dripstone, where there's more water, you get more stalactites. Occasionally, when that water drips from the stalactite, it still has a tiny bit of stone stuck inside it. That stone piles up on the bottom, creating a stalagmite. These two grow together over millennia, and when they reach each other, we call them a column. Beautiful of them all. Let's save that for a little bit, though. Gotta save the best for last. So those are all things created by water leaving stone behind. What about if water takes stone away? Well, that's how this room was formed. Once upon a time, this entire place was flooded with water as Yucca Creek flowed through here. And you can see the remnants of that there. The ceiling was polished by those waters, creating that smooth, beautiful tan marble. A more whimsical or magical example of these creations of the erosion by flowing water is our cave dragon, right there. You can see there's some teeth, his eye, scales along his back, stone flat over there. Pure chance that the stone's worn away in such ways to create that, but I just love looking at it. You can see the scales along his back are bits of dirt and shards of rock. Those were the sediment caught at the river bottom and flowed through here. So back to that third type of formation caused by water leaving stone behind. It's called rimstone. You can see an example of rimstone beneath our soda straws over there, the fairy pools. So when water drips into a pool like that, the stone inside it has nowhere else to go, so it builds up along the edges of the pool. That creates a dam, much like the Hoover Dam in Las Vegas, or Nevada, same thing. That dam builds up, and so the water level rises. So the dam builds up, and so the water level rises, eventually creating a pool like you see over there. This can happen on a much smaller scale too. Beneath our cave bacon, right there, you see a bunch of tiny brimstone dams and pools, just sort of flowing down the side of the rock. In my opinion, the most beautiful example of this, and you're not going to hear this from any other tour guide because I named it myself, are the crystal cascades right along here. You can see they start up on the high end of the wall and flow downwards, looking like a series of waterfalls made of those fresh white calcite crystals. We move around a bit, you can see them glimmering in our lights. I just love to picture in the wet season we've got filled with water, slowly dribbling and cascading downwards. Those are the most obvious examples of those three types of formations. We can see so many all throughout this room and the rest of the cave. The organ is an example of flowstone. You can see more of it all through here. Right along the wall up there, that's flowstone. Hiding in the darkness right up there is chandelier of those dripstone stalactites. And tiny bits of brimstone cover our dough. Each of them very, very tiny. Can't contain more than a drop of water. But there are tiny brimstone pools all along the sky. Caves get very complex, and it's only because they're in this sheltered location, away from the storms and the sun, that formations as fragile as the brimstone can continue existing. As we've been ascending up through the cave, we've been traveling backwards in time. From here, we're about to enter one of the oldest rooms of them all. But before we move on, though, does anyone have any questions for me? And again, don't be afraid to just shout it out.
Ask about the electrical bill.
Right there. That's dirt and sediment left behind by the river. As the rock broke down, it fell down too, covering some of the brimstone. Any other questions?
Look at that. It's an organ fan.
The answer is, I'm not fully sure. It could be just a sturdier rock that wasn't eroded away. You can see it looks like a little bit of flowstone right on the edge there. And it too is covered a bit by sediment. Anything else before we continue? Awesome. From here,
I can see my breath.
a little bit narrow.
Yeah.
I wonder if I stick my finger in there, should like leave my finger mark.
Like it's soft enough?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's probably fragile.
It looks like icing or ice cream. Remember? It goes in. It looks like that one thing in the ocean, the coral. Oh no.
Coral reef?
Yeah, it was a reef.
Alright, chat. This cave tour is actually pretty legit. Homeboy really knows his shit.
So much music now, just already. How does the rock look like that?
So the reason why the rock looks like that is because that's how they made it. We called this rock formation the magic lamp. Please do not rub it.
Tempting.
Yeah, cave spiders.
I might still eat that, to be honest. What? The rice cakes. Just running around the rice. Oh, dude.
Welcome to Marble Hall, the largest room in the entire cave and the oldest that we're able to access on these tours. I've been talking a lot about how this cave is still actively forming. I think I've said that about 20 times now. Let's be quiet a moment and listen to it happen. Still the water drips and flows, still the formations continue to shape themselves. So, at the start of the season, we experimented with doing something called a lights out in this room, where I would turn off the lights and give you all a chance to enjoy total and absolute darkness. Unfortunately, we soon discovered that when we did that, occasionally the lights wouldn't come back on. So, I mean, on one hand, stuck to try to find our way out in the darkness. On the other hand, if the lights fail, there's my job for the summer. You can see all through this room, there are many beautiful examples of those formations. There you go, you can see up along here, a combination of dripstone and flowstone hanging from all these ledges. Over here, more about cave bacon, pretty appetizing strip. Next to it, the beautiful flowstone of our angel wings, backlit by our yellow lantern back there. Caves can get incredibly complex. Have any of you heard of Wind Cave up in South Dakota? No one apparently. Don't even know the name. All right, we've got one. Dave. My dad's from South Dakota, so it kind of represents. But Wind Cave is pretty massive, and for all they've explored, they think there may be still 10 times as many passageways still to discover. Here in Crystal Cave, we know of about 3 miles of passageways. This tour takes us through half a mile's worth. Those other 2.5 miles are usually pretty thin, pretty wet, not fun for a tour. This path was designed to take you through all the best places. Some rooms, though, are closed for their own protection. We have a couple animals that live here in the cave. Bats that roost here during the day, little eyeless millipedes, a translucent white that live forever in darkness. We keep a couple rooms closed, both for the cave to continue forming as it always has, and for those animals to have a refuge to live in. I'm not kidding when I say these caves can get ridiculously complex. From this room, there are 21 different exits. That was the nice one back there. The other one sucked.
Let's find out.
Looking around, you can see just how complicated all the stone formations are. Can you imagine any of these surviving even an hour up on the surface with birds and bears and storms beating them? No. You only see these in caves because caves are the only place that are quiet and stable enough for them to survive. You've heard me all warning you about the rock fall common near the entrance, and about a month ago I nearly got hit by a rock fall myself. The cave, though, is much more stable. We almost never have rocks fall in here. Those things, however precariously they seem to be hanging, have been here for thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of years. So it's pretty unlikely they're going to fall while we're here. The one exception is this guy right here. You see how he kind of fits to the ceiling up there? I fell last Tuesday. Scared my coat with Jack after that. Obviously, I'm kidding. And you can tell,
Maybe
there's
look.
going to top it, are these two stalagmites. Remember, those soda straws in the last room, which grow an inch every 100 years, are the fastest growing things. For these stalagmites to be as large as they are, this thing must have fallen a very long time ago. As I said earlier in the junction room, this block of marble that we are standing in is only about 120 feet wide, and a full 10% of that block has been eroded away, leaving only open air and cave formations. Think of it. Only 90% of this is stone, the rest is cave. That's ridiculous. And in the course of this walk, we've gone from one edge to the other. There is our other giant wall of shits. The other edge of our cave, we're trying to sandwich between the shits. As you can hear, the water still flows into here. And every so often, it brings in something of a miracle. Excuse me. Right over here, on this end, last 2 weeks ago, a coworker of mine discovered something incredible in the darkness. You see it right there? A little twig growing up from the formations right there. That sprouted from a seed that was carried in here by the waters of Yucca Creek. It landed in the soil right there and took root. Now the future for this guy is not real bright. There's no sunlight in here, so eventually he's going to starve and wither. The only reason he's made it this far is that every seed carries a little bit of energy to get them started, sort of a down payment on life. Having expended that, he's going to starve and die and wither, and eventually fall and vanish. So it's incredible that we can see him at all. Think of the miracle of that seed making it all the way through the stone. We're 250 feet below the surface right now. Then think of the odds of it taking root. And we're here in just a few couple months where it's visible. Y'all came at the right time. And one of the cave complexity, that's a pretty steep drop off here. I would invite you to all to stay on the paths and be careful. All through here, this cave has been shaped by water carving it open, rock falling and revealing new stone, on which our formations grow. We are nearing the end of our tour now. But before I finish up and we head out, does anyone have any questions for me?
Does the water flow in the cave fluctuate by season?
Yes, very good question. It has just since I've been here. When I first came here, the dome was visibly wet. And so was the snowfall stone in the organ room a couple months before I arrived. During the wetter season, there's far more water flowing through here. We're entering the drier months, so it's still pretty cool. Anything else?
What's the average temperature in here?
See, average is not quite the right word because it is always 50 degrees. I'm perfectly comfortable. I'm from Minnesota. It would get a bit chilly for some of my coworkers who are from southern states.
Always 50. I like that.
Have the rocks ever fallen in here? Yes, but not any time in recent history. Remember, this guy right here fell from that ceiling, just not last Tuesday. Any other questions? Awesome. So again, my name's Alex. I've been your guide for today. I work for the Sequoia Parks Conservancy, the official nonprofit partner. Oh, sorry? Yes. Yeah. The official nonprofit partner to Sequoia National Park. All the money that you paid for your tickets is going to go directly back into the park. We use it to protect this cave. to replant sequoias. We replanted 150,000 sequoias in 2023, another 90,000 on the way in 2025. We use it to do scientific research on burrowing owls and sequoias and other topics. We use it to fund the Junior Ranger program, all sorts of noble causes, including my salary, so thank you. Before we finish up, though, I'd like to recite a quote by John Muir. And no, you don't get to come to the Sierra Nevada and not hear that name. I thought we'll be heading out this way through the junction room. But John Muir was pretty famous around these parts. He spent decades exploring these mountains, climbing the high peaks, wandering through the forests, looking along the streams for birds and flowers. He's the one who gave the giant forest its name. And the following is a quote from his book, The Mountains of California. About the caves. He spent some time down here too. Here, we lingered and reveled, rejoicing to find so much music in stony silence, so much splendor in darkness. Every particle, visible or invisible, was in glorious motion, marching to the music of the spheres in a region regarded as the abode of eternal stillness and death. Thank you all for coming to Crystal Cave.
Fun fact, you guys know if you fart inside a cave, that fart is now trapped inside the cave.
What if one of those little shoestrings dropped on us? Do you get to keep it?
Why are you giving me the phone?
Don't question me. Should I just say fuck it and put it on the flash? That's my face. It's so dark. 1, 2. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, I moved. Wait, let me put on the flash bucket. 1, 2, 3. There was no flash, but it's lighter this time. That one's actually really cute. I can see your breath. No, it's okay.
Come on, guys. Hey, hurry up. If you guys stop one more time.
It's all just shadow. Oh, this is so cool.
My Snapchat one. I was gonna touch it right now. Wait, hold on. That should hit my head hard as well. Good thing these are waterproof, guys. Watch your head. I thought I was streaming, I was like, I need to be able Well, too, when you're in between like that, you'll look down. Okay, it felt with your yeah. I really like it felt too quiet. Yeah, like it was not digital. That's cute.
Can't wait till the day they meet.
Thank you.
I think the 6 of us should take a picture.
Yeah, but don't stand in front of the mouth of the cave.
Oh, shit, sorry. Oh, okay, selfie stick.
What? Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Picture.
Yeah, right there.
Sure. It's 10 seconds. We got a lot of time, guys.
Outline. Oh. Yeah, you felt that too? The water drop?
I thought it's blurry, but
It's blurry.
All right, chat. tour went very well. My girlfriend's jumping on me as we're trying to walk downhill, so not safe. There's a really big spider in that box. You guys want to be careful. Thing was huge.
I think it was on my bag.
It was next to my water. Put my water over here.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Oh,
In your bag?
hopefully it didn't crawl in my bag.
That's fine. My ghost banana.
Oh,
My life banana.
I'm scared to take my bag. That's on me.
Why don't you blow? Why don't you blow your
Yeah, I'm not looking in there.
I'm scared. I might just throw it out.
I'm scared.
You want to put your sweatshirt in here? We need to go to eat stuff.
Why wouldn't it be?
Bears.
If you don't see better, you don't see a spider. It's just hiding really well.
I'm like
She's
shaking
gonna grab it and crunch on it.
Lex. Lex. Lexus. Everyone. Ring.
Ring. That's so cute.
All right, chat. Now it's time for us to walk back up. So we're really gonna fill it.
Are you live streaming right now?
No,
No.
he's vlogging.
To the left.
To the right, to the right, to the left, to the left. Wait, no, I said it wrong. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. Wait, oh wait.
Yeah.
It's already got me.
you.
What happened?
Close them up.
I could eat.
I'm not kind of hungry. I'm starving. Where's the phone laptop from?
Guys.
Now you guys touch it.
You know, well, I get freaky out here in the wilderness.
Nothing new, huh?
All right, chat. Girlfriend finally caught up. She's motivated. She said she's tired of the woods. Let's fucking roll. I thought hurricane season was over.
Come on, you take your foot off.
Same, it's getting hot. But then I don't want to hold it. Got in trouble like 3 times. I was out here doing things I wasn't supposed to.
Going down the wrong pipe.
California nutmeg.
Not the stairs.
I hella just backwashing this shit right now.
Are we there yet?
I prefer stairs to climb. Yeah, the only problem I have with stairs is I feel like you exert more energy for less stride. You do.
Doing this at the gym feels a lot easier than doing it like outside.
I feel the opposite.
Really? I can walk at like a 15 incline at 3 pace and fucking I'll be chilling. This shit doesn't.
That's because we're in the elevation.
That makes sense.
Like 5,000 up.
We're used to below sea level. And we're used to the valley air. So your lungs are in shock right now. I know mine are.
Did you ask ChatGPT that?
In the wise words of Maroon 5, it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Trying to keep up with the girlfriend.
She said the faster she walks, the faster she gets home.
She walks too fast.
It's these legs. Can't control them.
I got no swinging arms.
I think we're almost there, guys.
Woo! Woo!
Almost there, team, almost there. Power through. You got this.
Bye, Kyle. Yeah. Walking up again down. Going down was easy. Coming up sucked. I'm out of shape, out of breath. Can you call a park ranger for you?
Call him. Tell him I need a mouth to mouth. Tell him to make sure that guy with the mustache comes back though.
Thank you.
No problem. Have a good
Welcome back. How was it? John, go get him.
Pull the car around.
That way. All right, come on, girls.
What the shit? Oh yeah, here we go.
things are solar powered. 50 solars.
I'm hot. Glaze me up.
I was debating, I was like, should I use the bathroom? I was like, I probably should.
That's gonna be at least an hour before we find somewhere to eat, no?
Yeah, I probably should.
I mean, it is a thing, but
So they said there's 2 places that are really good.
How close?
It's like about 40
like
minutes
it.
out. But it's going back.
I've actually
They said
done
Lodge,
research on it.
what was it? Lodge Pool or Lodge Oak or something like that?
Deadpool?
I'm down for whatever.
Damn. It just now told me I've been walking for 10 minutes.
Told you.
That's fast.
I only burned 300 calories.
We only did like 15 minutes worth of work.
No, but I bet Trey probably burned like 1,000.
Yeah, like that.
You should walk around with some weight vest.
This is. I have a water pack in here.
This is. I have some water in it.
Put some on your hands and your ankles.
Like
She's
see
sweating from
Naruto?
her hands.
Yeah.
Rock.
Yep. I want to buy some vests like that.
Yeah.
I saw one on TikTok. It looks almost exactly like it.
Aw. He's my favorite character. I love him. Yeah, see? He burned 1,300 calories.
Gotta love it.
1,300.
That's what I'm saying. There's something wrong with him.
There's no way.
He runs hot.
He does, yeah.
I was like me.
Mine says 307 active calories.
I run hot.
30.
307. Yeah.
The effort was moderate.
Mine said. Mine says 200. Oh. Why did you say 300?
Oh, what was the 1,300?